In April 1996, on this rural road in Riverside County, California, the U.S. Border Patrol spots a pickup truck loaded with what are believed to be illegal immigrants. The driver refuses to pull over, and the chase is on. 45 minutes later, the truck gets on the interstate, heading north at speeds averaging 90 miles per hour. Police say the occupants of the truck are now pelting them with beer cans and worse.
On at least 2 different occasions, it came next to another car and purposely drove into that car, attempting to knock that vehicle off the road.
The truck turns west onto the Pomona Freeway. The shabby camper top falls apart and reveals 19 people inside. 90 minutes after the chase begins, covering more than 80 miles, the pickup finally pulls over.
The truck came to a stop at the Pomona Freeway and Peck Road in the, I believe, the city of El Monte, when all of the occupants in the bed got out, ran down the shoulder of the freeway.
What happens next is captured by news helicopters from 3 Los Angeles TV stations.
Get down! Get down! Get on the ground! Put your goddamn on the ground! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground! It's a swing. Would be northbound, just west of Peck. We have 3, possibly the driver in custody.
One deputy, Tracy Watson, wields his baton like a baseball bat at 2 immigrants who offer no resistance. He clubs one man on the back and shoulders, even as he falls face down on the ground. When another passenger, Alicia Sotero Vasquez, climbs out of the window of the cab, Deputy Watson grabs her by the hair, beats her in the back with his baton, and pulls her to the ground. A second deputy, Kurt Franklin, joins in and strikes her with his baton.
Black and blue marks across her body, her torso, upper torso, her legs, her arms, and her back had a number of, looked like very deep welt marks. It was our impression and the doctor's impression that she had been hit more severely on the back than in any other part of her body.
I'm not going to pull any punch. I'm going to say we are embarrassed at the actions of our officers that were caught on videotape.
But the question remains, are the beatings a justified reaction by the deputies? The lawyer for Deputy Kurt Franklin says yes.
When you consider, from looking at the tape, the strikes that Tracy Watson and Kurt Franklin did, Kurt's strikes were within departmental policy. They were where they were supposed to be. They did not number more than he needed to do in order to gain compliance.
But lawyers for the immigrants say the video clearly shows they offered no resistance.
We're talking about a 5-foot woman who weighed about 95 pounds and a man who was maybe 5.5 feet tall, 5'5", maybe weighed 150 pounds, had already been subdued. The officers who beat and apprehended these 2 persons not only acted excessively with great cruelty, but were totally unrestrained in what they had done.
As a result of the beating and the videotape, the 2 deputies are suspended. But after an internal investigation, Franklin is reinstated, though Watson is fired. The victims file a $10 million lawsuit against Riverside County, California. But the case never gets to a jury. The 2 sides decide to settle, and each of the victims receives $370,000, all because the actions of 2 policemen were caught on tape.
I think without this videotape, it would have been very, very difficult to convince a jury in Riverside County that these people were beaten unnecessarily or that excessive force was used. I think it would have been very difficult.
When we come back,